interested in one sticking and you think you need to be some kind of wild tactical athlete, you don't need to be. I'm here to help you, walk through the steps and show you how to one stick and how I one stick. So welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about one sticking, one of my favorite topics. I wanted to redo one of my very first videos. One, because I have a better camera, and two, I just wanted to add a little bit of clarity on how it's done and how it can be successful for your 2026 hunting season. So this is my one stick. The beauty about the one stick is there's no more need for 4, maybe 5 sticks with an aider. It's just one stick with an aider. So first we have our platform, so that's where your feet will go. This one here in particular, you can extend out, but sometimes I run it just like this just to make it lighter, even though it's already 5 pounds. So additionally, you'll see a lot of guys have like a cord on top of their one stick. That serves 2 purposes. One, to connect to your saddle when you're ascending down, or it can connect when you're coming up. So when your one stick is connected to the tree, you can pull up and it'll release the pressure, and then it'll give you a little bit of stretch and you'll be able to reach down and pull it up. And then additionally, it gives you just that a little bit of length when you're kind of reaching down, so you don't have to reach down as far. So the one thing you may have, some people having issues with it, it'll be standing up. So I have a gear tie, so I can just kind of fold it down so it doesn't get in the way of my feet. On the one stick, there'll be a harken clamp. So in here, we will be able to lock in our rope. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Once you lock in, it'll be extended to the tree. I always, and I'll show you in the video, once I start going up the tree, I give it a little push, because it will be locked to the tree tight, but sometimes if it's not seated in the tree, no different than a stick or a climber, you may have a little jarring, but it'll be tight to the tree. Additionally, with your one stick, regardless of what brand you use, you're going to need aider. So I have the ultimate pack and play. You can use gear ties, you can use hair ties, you can use whatever you want. This is just what I choose to use. So take these off, and the beauty about this thing, it has a little pocket, and then it keeps everything nice, tight, and together. What I don't like is stomping through the woods and things get caught in stuff, and I'm making unnecessary noise that I don't need to be. So once I roll that out, my 3-step aider will pop out. Typically, I will only use 2, but there are times when I want to get some extra height that I'll actually use all 3 steps. What I try to do is vision one sticking like I'm climbing up a ladder, grabbing the tree and kind of just stepping up. And if you view it like that and stepping into the tree, you'll be good to go. But I have 3-step aider and we're good to go. So once you're tied to the tree, you'll be ready to hunt. Additionally, you're going to need some equipment. One, you're going to need a saddle. So I have the Method 3 2-paddle saddle. It's been great. It's comfortable, but just use whatever you feel comfortable with. Additionally, I have a 40-foot of Canyon Elite rope here. On the Canyon Elite rope, I have a carabiner that's rated for mountain climbing. It's rated for over, I think, 300 pounds or some crazy amount of weight. I have to check that out. But the thing about that, you don't want to just pick any kind of carabiner. One, because if you do that, you choose the risk of it bending when you side pressure, moving, and you don't want that. So make sure you're checking the stats when you do it. I got this from Eastern Outdoors. Additionally, I have a tether locker on the bottom that goes right under my tether. That just gives me a little extra security and locks in my tether, and that's it. There are some guys who additionally tie it into this and use it as a pull down rope, but I don't like to do that because I don't want to make anything over complicated, and I want to make sure my system flows with me. On the right of my pack, I have a, even though this is a even though this is a trophy line saddle, I have a tethered pack. This is from the Ultra, or the Lockdown saddle. It's cool, has enough pack. Dump pouches just have not been enough, so this gives me the confidence to keep all my stuff in here. So in here, I'll keep my pull down rope. So I'll either use my Dynaglide rope, or I'll use this to, one, pull up my bow or gun, and then attach this to my carabiner. So when I rappel, I'll form almost like an L or a triangle, pull out a few steps, and then pull down my tether, and I'm good to go. And then I can attach that and then move out and leave. Additionally, you're going to need a device. So my rappel device is the Virgo Tango. So here, the awesome beauty about this is it has a quick handle that you pull up, and that will release the pressure. Once your rope is fitted through here, it will sink down and you're not going to move. The cool thing about it is, if you rotate it, you'll see a little arrow that goes up and will show you where your rope should go. So typically what I will do, sorry about that, I had to make a quick cut because we had a plane going over us, but on here I have a handle, pull up, release your pressure. Additionally, on my saddle, I have a carabiner that connects to my rappel device, and that is typically all I need. I'll carry everything else in my backpack and I'll be good to go, but I'm going to show you how I do it and walk through it. Additionally, saddle hunting in general, and even one sticking, to take it a step further, can be dangerous. So ideally, you want to practice. The beauty about that, you can practice from 5 feet and still be able to shoot, climb, and then once you get comfortable, kind of extend up the tree. So cool, so now I'm at the base of the tree. We're going to take the stick. We're going to reach up as high as possible. What I like to do initially is attach to the tree, make it nice and easy. And I like to easily move it up as high as possible so I can utilize my aiders. And once I get here, pull tight, and then pull down. And now we're synced. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out my aiders, let them fall to the ground, making sure I don't have any twists or turns. And now I'm good to climb. So next, I'm going to reach down here, my bag. I'm going to put my tether around my neck. You have two options. One, you could do it either low and then climb, but I like to do it quick once I'm at my first movement. In my pocket, just want to make sure I have all my things. Then I have my ascender, which I'll connect. So what I'm going to do now is, like we talked about before, I'm just going to climb like a ladder. So first thing I'm going to do is put my toe in, pull up, grab one, grab two, and pull up. That's it. Cool. Now I'm here, reach around, connect to the tree. The camera should catch some of the noise from the carabiner, but it's not that loud. Some guys use tape. I'm not using tape. Like, I'm never in a rush at this point. So once I'm up here, step up my main platform. Easy peasy. Reach as high as possible. I'm just going to pull up really quick. Not any rush. Cool. So now we're good. Reach up here. Grab my device. Connect it to my tether. Following the arrow. So next movement, we're just going to easily reach up and then connect to my boom. So now I'm connected. I'm moving the tether up. So in reality, now I can hunt. So now I'm here movement, easy, relaxed, do deep breaths. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we call the first movement. So the first movement, what we're going to do is we're going to push to the side of the tree, push out, and then push around. And then we're going to grab the tree kind of like a koala or like a jiu-jitsu move. So what I'm going to do, push out and smooth. And from here, I'm just going to reach down, utilizing the pull-up, and then the one stick will disengage. Let's see. Pull up. So as you can see, not breathing hard, just relaxing. Moving back, moving forward, to the right, but I'm not falling. So now, I'm going to press up to the tree as high as possible. And the cool thing about the one stick is there's a groove in the side. So if I was, for God forbid, busy with something, I know that it's staying here without any movement. So now that I'm here, I'm going to grab my Amstel rope, pull that around, literally similar to what we did before. Pull up a little bit, racing down, mitigating my pucker factor, and I'm going to pull tight. That's it. Next move, we're going to pull down like we talked before. And similar to what we said before, just grab this like you're using a ladder, go in the tree, press down, and then step up. Moving my tether up. I like to do it eye level. Sink that in. Make it nice and point. Sweep like a tiger. And now I'm good to hunt. So, boom. So I'm going to steal someone's idea I saw before. I'm going to bring out a tape measure and see how far it is. So, here we go. I did 2 movements, 6 foot. Let's see what we got. Again, I'm not breathing hard. I'm just kind of like did the movements. I am up at my hip 14 feet. The platform is at 13 feet. So, I'm 6'2", approximately, and then I moved up. So with the help of the aiders and a little bit of reach, I was able to get out. So you can do that as well, utilizing your aiders in less movement. So now that technically I am good to hunt to make my movements to the right or in front or behind me, now I can move. So we're going to just call this the end of the hunt. So what I'm going to do is reach down and get my recovery device. This is probably the second most important thing you need. What you don't want is to climb, and it's happened before birthday. I had to rush and almost forgot, and I had to re-climb up without this item. So now I'm going to just pull this out all the way. Let that fall, and make sure that it doesn't interfere with my cinder, because what it can do is it won't grip and then you'll lose control. So let that fall to the ground, easy. Then I'm going to connect to my carabiner. So we're just going to do everything in reverse. You can hop off the tree or go lower. I don't like that. I like to just do the same thing I did before. So what I'm going to do is reach down, push off, disconnect, wrap this up. And that's one of the beautiful things about one stick. It's minimal cleanup. Oh man. Wrap this around. There's things to do. Get caught.
I have a hook. I'll connect that to my saddle. Cool. So literally what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rappel down. Again, I've seen dudes use ropes or use gloves. I'm not using gloves because I'm not gonna come down super fast. Additionally, I'm not gonna use them because, sorry to hold this ripped up. Extra huge. And additionally, with the handle here, it's going to control my descent. So, hand here, I just do it out of habit, and I just come down. So now, you can see, I'm here, I'm stable, there's no movement. See, I'm good to go. So, all safety reasons, I would hold this, but if I wanted to, I can move this down and then let hands off, and I stop, and I'm still in the saddle, not moving. So we're gonna let this down, come down, whoa, and bam. So we're gonna let some slack out of here. I'm gonna bring some of you back. I'm gonna make kind of an L shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out. Sometimes you have to move around the tree. But, boom. Disconnect. I didn't time it. Not rushing either. That's one of the cool things about this system. Minimal cleanup. Put that on my bag like I got it. Disconnect my carabiner. My rappel device. Put that in the bag. Lay that on the ground out of the way. Just gonna figure eight roll this best way I can. Sure I don't have anything. Put it in the same way it came. Handy dandy bag. Boom. Boom. Go. Go one step further. Put this away too. Connect one. Meter. Boom. Connect two. Boom. Wrap this up. That's it. Saddle hunting is inherently dangerous, so just make sure that you're taking time and you're getting back with your family. Ideally, you just want to make sure you're taking your time, you're not in a rush. It's only you who's going, so sometimes it feels like you're rushing against yourself or others. You just want to be able to get up the tree effectively, and once you get a rhythm, it becomes extremely easy. The one beautiful thing about this system is you can try minimal climbs here or here and just get comfortable with the system. Not trying to convince anyone else to one stick, but I also want to provide that information. It's something I didn't have before I started this system. I thought it was super complicated, but once I got a system I learned that minimal equipment, I'm able to get in and out of the woods effectively, fast, and back to the family safely as possible. So once again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, everyone who's liked, subscribed, and all that good stuff, and also my camera person. There you go. So there you go. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.